Well, hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, I'm so happy you're here for episode number 8 for the It's Fall Y'all series that I'm doing for the fall this year. And guys, if you're interested, I would love for you to become a part of my family by liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell for notifications. So we're continuing our decor, and we're going to be decorating my fireplace, which is the hearth of the home. As you can see, I have this beautiful vertical sign and also this garland that I made also. So we did do a previous one where you can see this banner. I will leave that description bar below. So we're going to be using this sign from the Dollar Tree. It's like a pumpkin, maybe napkin holder or something, not sure. I'm just going to rip that apart and I'm going to go ahead and paint it down. One I'm going to be doing in this beautiful brick red, and it's going to basically dry down in a nice flat paint color. And this other one I'm going to be doing in this beige, both acrylic colors, and then I'm going to go over it in a white Waverly from Walmart just to distress it out a little bit. I'm also going to take these tumbling blocks that you get from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take those and form of the letters F and L for the word fall that I'm going to be putting on that pretty vertical sign. And I'm going to be putting those together using E6000 and putting those to the side to dry. Now I'm going to paint this down. This is actually a blue Halloween sign. I just flipped it over, guys, and I'm painting it out in white. And then I'm going to go back with the same beige that you see there, and I'm just going to distress it. Now when I do that, I'm going to distress it with that beige first, and then I'm going to make a small hole in my sponge brush, and when I go back over it, it's going to automatically leave a little bit of paint lines that are going to be distressing it automatically. It's a technique that I use all the time, and you do this by just puncturing a little hole in the sponge. When I get done going back over it and blending it out with the beige paint, you'll see at the end how it automatically gets distressed, and it looks like tree bark. I want it to look like white birch, and now you can see how it looks. I love that technique. It's pretty cool. Now we're going to go back now that those letters are dry, and we're going to go ahead and paint those out. I'm basically doing it in a flat black paint, and then I'm going back over it with the beige again, mixing that in to distress it, and then I'm going to stiffle that on the beige paint and just make it a little bit more aged out. Now that everything's dried down, we're going to start putting them together. The first thing I'm going to use are these peel and stick stickers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just write out the word "it's" because I'm going to be making the sign saying "It's Fall." And that's pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and hot glue this red pumpkin down on the bottom. Just make sure that it's even. I love the way it turned out with that flat paint. And you can see the letters and how distressed they are. They're lovely. And I'm just going to go ahead and start assembling this sign. I'm just making sure that I make the, space them correctly and get them evenly on the board before I actually apply the hot glue. And it's really that simple, guys. Now this pumpkin, I basically pulled off from the Dollar Tree all of the little leaves. I cut it in half, and I'm using that leaf there from a previous DIY, and I just glued that down first. These are the leaves that I pulled off that Dollar Tree pumpkin, and then I cut it in half, and that's forming the letter A. Now I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue those leaves there to embellish this sign, and I'm putting the word "it's" on top to spell "it's fall" for my harvest vertical sign, and I absolutely love the way this turned out. Now just to do a little bit more to embellish this pumpkin to make it look like a pumpkin, I'm going to cut that little piece off that came on that berry, and I'm just going to glue that on there to make it look like a pumpkin stem, and we're done. Absolutely love the way this turned out, and as you know, I'm going for that rustic thing this year, not so much glam. I'm probably going to do a glam DIY soon, but turned out lovely. Now for the next thing we're going to be doing is I'm going to be making my own harvest, and it's garland, and I got this from the Hobby Lobby. It was $11.99. I got it on sale, and I also picked up a pack of these gourds with the pine cones, and that was $11.99 also, so they were both 40% off. So guys, yes, I'm going to make my own garland. Instead of paying $59, $60, $70, I'm going to be doing it for what? $11.99. So I was going to hot glue these on, but the pine cones really wasn't sticking with the hot glue, but you can see it comes with everything you need. It comes with the little berries, mini gourds, and the pine cones. So when I was trying to hot glue it, it didn't work, so I went back and got some jute twine, and I tied those on and then put a little bit of hot glue on it just to keep it in place. And the gourds, I easily hot glued those. This took all of 5 minutes and I was done and putting it on top of my fireplace, and I love the way this harvest garland came out. I really wanted to take the time to do homemade DIYs for my fireplace because it's the hearth of the home. And I'm loving the way this is turning out with a nice rustic welcoming feeling. And I also styled it with that same lantern and those chunky candle holders on the side. So I hope you guys like this DIYs. In this episode, I hope to see you back for the next episode. Take care of yourselves, be safe, keep your head up, and I'll see you next time, guys. Have a great day.